Good evening. Tonight we're going to talk about how to pack the bailout kit in the new bunker gear. There's been a lot of question as to how this pocket works, why we have it, how do I put the stuff inside there, is it stored properly? You know, all those things we're going to answer on this video. It's not going to be very long, very short, very straightforward. So basically when you get your new set of gear, you'll notice that you've got 3 pockets, 3 bellow pockets as they're called, 2 of which are for your tools, 1 of which is for your bailout kit. You'll notice it's easily identified because it's the only pocket that has this rope sewn into the middle of it. So that way it makes it easy for dexterity when you need to grab this thing with the gloves on. So what we're going to do is talk about how this belt works and how we get the kit and all of it combined together so it makes it easy for you to deploy it should you ever need to do so. One thing you want to notice is when you feed your belt through, you want this latch to be on your right. Reason for that is your pants open up towards your right. So when you're buckling this all together, that's the last thing you're going to do is clip that in. Okay, so it all kind of works in that direction as you go along. Plus this D-ring is what's critical. This D-ring is sewn in, it does not move. You'll notice you have another D-ring back here. This one is free spooling, it kind of goes back and forth. It's a great place to click some gloves on or something if you want to have an accessory. And then you've got the actual pocket itself. The pocket that we designed here goes from your hips down to your knees. It actually goes beneath the outside bellow pocket, so you can fit the rope all the way down in there, so it's not one big softball on the side of your leg. You'll also notice that we got this extra flap. This flap right here is what holds the friction device in place, so that way it doesn't get stuck in the rope and everything gets tangled up. And then we have this accessory here to hold the hook back, and this is for your carabiner, and we'll attach it to the D-ring. So let's go ahead and make sure that we get all the pieces organized and ready to go. A good thing to do when you have your rope out like this is to run it through your hands a couple times, loosen it up a little bit. This rope, when it gets stuck in a bag or in your pants for that matter over a long period of time, it can become stiff because it's not being used a lot. So get it out, work with it a little bit. The more malleable it becomes, the better it's going to be when it comes time to use this. You don't want this thing generating knots inside of it when it sits for a long time, because it'll get stuck in there. And if you use this in a situation that you need to for emergency purposes, that's the last thing you want to have happen. So you go start from the very bottom. This is a good time to inspect that your tape with your number is still there. That way we know whose kit it belongs to. This is 280, which is for Steve Brennan. He's let me use his gear. And then that your barrel knot looks pretty solid, which it should be because you shouldn't have undone it since you took the class. So the best way to do this is hold it in your hand and just basically do a flat load. Just imagine if you were shooting like a harpoon gun or something. You want it to pay out nice and flat. So take the time and do it right the first time, and it'll always work for you. So once you get, a good handful of rope, you can go ahead and begin stuffing it down inside the pocket. And then just repeat that process. See, look, there's a knot there. So let's go ahead and fix that. It's real life. There we go. And then right back to where we were. This is 50 feet of Technor rope. It's made from Kevlar. It is the most expensive part of the entire bailout kit. This stuff is rated at 1500 degrees for 3 minutes of direct flame contact. And it's very abrasion resistant, so it can go over shards of glass. Should you have to exit a window, there's probably going to be a lot of glass and debris. This is designed to withstand that type of abuse. All right, when you get to this point, good thing to do is go ahead and take your safety carabiner. You're gonna pull down on the lock, the gate, and twist. Pull down and twist, and it opens. When you click this in, you should be able to see sterling rope. Okay, that's how you know this is oriented correctly. So when it comes out, it's always gonna play with this where it needs to end up. So when you click it in, be able to read sterling rope, safe D. Okay. And this is where this thing comes in, just like that. And that just kind of helps keep it out of the way. This is not critical. You don't have to utilize this. It's totally up to the end user, that being you. If you want to use that, more power to you. If not, it's not gonna matter. It's just an extra thing to keep it out of the way, so when you go to buckle it, it's not hitting you. Plus, it keeps you more streamlined, so it doesn't become an entanglement issue if you're crawling around somewhere. Okay, so this is where this little part here comes into play. I'm gonna stick this like that. That way it gets out of my way. So I take the rope and I keep feeding it in until I get to this point. Once I get here, you'll notice the rope comes up and it fits right through this little cutout. And these Velcro are just gonna go just down just like that, to where all you have visible is this, and the rope is feeding out from that little cutout. All right. Now you take this right here, which is your friction device, the F4, and if you'll notice on the hook, you have a side that says rope. Just remember that the word rope touches rope, and then you stick it down in like this. Okay. So I've got that where Lightning GT is on the outside, and you've got two pockets right here. This part goes in there, this part goes in there, just like that.
So it's in front of the actual rope, there's another pocket.
Correct, yeah. So what you'll see, here, I'll pull this out so you can see it. There's two pockets, one here and one here. One big, one small. And they've got kind of a cant, like at an angle, like if you were a pistol. So that way it keeps it where when you pull this out, it's oriented in the direction with the spike going towards your anchor. So that's why we load it that way. So rope touches rope, goes in this back pocket, and then this goes in the front pocket, just like that. This right here is another piece that you can use to strap down that lanyard. It's just another way to keep everything nice and compact.
And that piece just lays in
there?
there?
It just lays on this shelf right here, just like that.
Okay.
Just sits just like that. And then this part comes up and over the top, and that's it. You're ready to rock and roll. So from this point forward, I'm not going to go over anything else because it's exactly how you want it to be situated inside your bunker pants. Yeah. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, give me a call, whatnot. I'll be more than happy to help you out. Thank you.